That gentleman may have the best beard in the ballpark, but one of the best beards in Major League Baseball joins us right now in Derek Norris. Derek, how you doing today?
I'm good. Just, enjoying a nice, beautiful sunny day here in San Diego. Hopefully we can complete the sweep here.
Very unusual for you. You're not a guy who takes days off, even day games after night games, for you to be off today.
Well, I was the way I came up in the minor leagues was, it's a job like everyone else's. You got to be prepared to be in there every day. And it's not so much anymore. I mean, they give guys a little bit bigger breaks nowadays than they used to, but that's just kind of the way I came up.
So, Derek, when will manager Andy Green let you know that, hey, you're going to have the day off?
Well, he told me last night. I was a little beat up after the game last night, couple nicks, couple bruises, but I think it was a go-ahead-and-plan day. I think, Christian's been swinging the bat pretty well here for us, and he wanted to get him in there today.
And I don't know how you do it. It is amazing to me how nicked up you get. I mean, 4 or 5 times a game we're seeing something. Last night you end up getting hit with a broken bat in the head at one point. It is incredible. I mean, to get your body ready every day, what a grind it must be.
Well, the training staff here is, the best I've ever come across. They do a really good job for us, and the PT staff and everyone. They do a fantastic job getting us ready to play each day.
Okay, now how much ice do you go through after a ball game in the trainer's room, and how many parts of your body are iced up?
Well, I typically don't do ice a whole lot. I just go ahead and hop in the big cold tub that's in there, so it kind of just completes the whole body. That way I don't have to put on like 6 ice packs.
We are taking a look at the replay from last night. Jeff Samardzij's bat coming off and getting you the top of the head. And
a lot of people don't realize. We look at that, it really doesn't look like a lot. But Derek, I mean,
I'm sure it was.
Yeah, I mean that's a bat being broken and just glancing off the top of your helmet. That's smarts.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go ahead and say that it was extremely painful. It was more of like a surprise than anything. Like, you're just not expecting it and it just kind of thumps you. But, it didn't hit me extremely square. So we're doing all right today.
All right, Derek. Well, today is the 13th starting pitcher for the Padres this year. There have been so many different guys on the staff. How's it been for you to work with so many different people this year on the pitching staff?
Well, you know what? You got to credit all 13 of those guys that have come in and filled spots. I mean, credit those guys coming in, buying into some of the things that maybe they have or have not done before, and they've been doing a great job for us. I mean, it's definitely an adjustment period. You got to kind of game plan around, their strengths. I mean, most teams just have to guide around 5 guys out day, week in, week out. It makes it a little bit difficult when you're mixing in so many different kinds of guys with different stuff. But you know what? Once again, they've done a great job, and we hope to keep going forward from there.
Derek, how long does it usually take if you got a new guy that joins the staff to where you either catch him in the bullpen or in a game to get used to him?
It just varies on the guy. I mean, sometimes you get them guys that just kind of think along the same lines as you do, and sometimes you get guys that just think a little bit differently. So it just varies from guy to guy. Sometimes it's a start, sometimes it's a couple, but ultimately when they want to throw a pitch, they can shake. So, I mean, it's not extremely excruciating as far as how to think, but you kind of pick on sometimes. They pick up some patterns. They do some things that you pick up on, so it's not too bad.
Over the course of this, the first half of the season, now starting the unofficial second half, to me, there's not another guy that I've seen who's hit the ball harder. And unfortunately, it's turned out to be at people. Do you feel a little bit snake bitten this year? Because you've hit some balls really hard.
Well, you know what? It is what it is. I mean, that's the game of baseball. You could turn around next year and I'll, get 25 bleeders in April and I'll be hitting 390 or whatever. So it's just kind of the way it works out. Sometimes it happens in years and sometimes it doesn't. But, I mean, that's what makes this game challenging and what makes this game fun.
Derek, is that the way you've always been ever since you started playing baseball? Because to me, I look at you, and I don't know whether you're 0 for 20 or 18 for 20. It's an even keel. When did that come to you? When did you start being that way? Was it as a youngster?
You know what? I wish I could say that. I wish I could give myself credit for that, but definitely not. I used to be completely the opposite, and whenever I got to Oakland and I was in a platoon, it didn't matter if I was 0 for 4 or 4 for 4. Given the righties and lefties, that was just the way it was. So you just had to try and contribute any way you could, and you had to be there day in and day out, ready to go. And so that's just the way it was.
Okay, Derek, should we challenge that play at first base?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say yes. I think it was pretty close.
That was pretty close. I thought he had
got
him first look.
Yeah, I think he got him.
Yeah, because of the shift, Solarte has to throw all the way across his. Ooh, that's going to be a close one.
Yeah.
We're looking at the dugout here. Mark McGuire on the phone as we get a second look. I think he may have got him.
Yeah.
We'll see. Andy Green still looking in there to see. They are going to challenge, so we got a challenge here.
What do you think of the challenge system, Derek?
it just depends on the day. You know, sometimes you feel like you got a good challenge going. It seems like we've been kind of not the butt end of that ever since the season started. We can't really get anything to go our way, but I think it's a plus. You know, I think that anytime you can try and better the game, I think that's what they're trying to do. And you know, I just wish that a couple more calls would go our way, but it is what it is.
Derek, it seems to me that you look back over the course of catchers over the years that you're kind of an extension of the coaching staff, and I've heard both Aaron Balsley and Andy Green say that in the past. I mean, you're such a big part of the pitching staff being the catcher. Do you like that role?
Oh, absolutely. I think, you know, anytime you can take what they're trying to preach, and I sit on some of their meetings and I talk to them a lot. I think anytime you can kind of be a coach out there for them, that way you don't have to take multiple visits to get things going. I think it's only going to betterment the team.
Okay, I don't mean to embarrass you, Derek, but I'm going to have you tell a story since we have some time. You told me this story in the dugout. I think it was last year. We know that Derek Norris is a stud on the baseball field as a Padre.
Yep.
Do you know the story about the broken leg in the high school football game? Derek Norris, take it away.
Well, I was playing football for my freshman year in high school, and I was playing linebacker, and there was a reverse, and I actually got chop blocked on a reverse and broke my tibial plateau, which is just above the knee, and end up staying in the game and kicking a game-winning field goal.
How about that? Unbelievable.
Was it your kick leg or your plant leg?
No, it would have been my plant leg.
But still, though, I mean, you got to create a lot of force to kick a field goal on that plant foot.
Yeah, you know, it was crazy because like every 6 or 7 step I took, it would just completely give out, and that's why I was spent half the game on my face.
So I guess we found out about your pain threshold. Now we know why you can do this for a living.
Well, it was crazy because it was my mom's birthday actually, so we went out to dinner after the game, and we get back home after dinner, and from my quad all the way down to my ankle was the same size, and I was like, this can't be good. So then we went back to the doctor the next day, and there it was, broken bone, end of my football career.
Buster Posey batting here with 2 down, runner at first as the challenge lost there by the Padres, and it means that Belt remains at first base.
If for another catcher, Derek Norris, you look at Buster Posey, the career that he has put together, what are your thoughts on him?
No, he's an unbelievable player. I think, you know, you look at what he's done. I mean, even on some of his down years, he's leading catchers in a lot of categories. I mean, he's a fantastic talent. He's, you know, and from what I hear, he's a great teammate and a good dude. So I mean, you can't really expect anything more from a guy like that.
What was your all-star experience like? I know you went as a member of the Oakland A's. What was that like for you?
It's unbelievable to be able to experience it and to do those things. You know, I was telling Will and letting him know, really just sink it in. I know you have the talent to do this multiple times, but you just never know how it's going to pan out. And just sink in and enjoy it, and really just take a minute or two just to really just sink all that in. And I'm pretty sure that he did, and I know that I did.
Well, Derek, we've enjoyed watching you play all year long, and we thank you very much for joining us today. Good luck the rest of the way.
Hey, guys, thanks for having me on.
Derek.
All right, guys.